ProPresenter has an unlimited amount of clocks available to use throughout the program, and these can be shown on your screen and your stage display. To find this, let's go to View and down to Clocks. Now at the top here, you'll see the current time format for our actual clocks. So we can set whether or not that has a date attached to it, how the time is formatted, and if you want it to be 24 hours. Below here, you'll see all the different clocks and timers. Now there's some preloaded ones, and this one is set to an option of countdown timer. We also have an option of countdown to time and elapsed time. So this countdown timer, we can set the duration. We can say whether or not we want this to overrun, so when it gets done with the duration, do we want it to start counting up? We can reset it, we can see where it's currently at, and we can start it. Now for the countdown to time, we can set a time of day. We also have the option for overrun, and again we can reset, see where it's currently at, and start it. And our last one is an elapsed timer, where we can set a starting time and an optional end time. If you set the end time, you can also enable an overrun so that you can overrun past your elapsed time. Now you can stop, reset, and start all of them with these buttons down here, as well as strip out leading zeros from your clocks to get rid of any extra leading zeros. Now you can add unlimited amounts of clocks to use in the different features in the program, and you can do that right here. So let's add a new one. It's going to just name it timer, which works for our demonstration. We can set this to what type we want. For now, we're going to just set this as a countdown timer, and we can set the duration of this to, let's say, like 10 seconds, just for demonstration purposes, and we can, reset or start that right here. Now this isn't the only place that you can trigger your clocks and timers. So we can do it right here, but there's also a couple other places. So let's close this out. And one of the first places you can do it is via headers in your playlist. So I have this teaching notes header here, and let's say we wanted to add a timer to be triggered. We can easily do that. So I'm going to click on the settings, and you'll see that we can assign a timer to this. So I'm going to assign my elapsed timer to my teaching time, and now it's ready to go. So right before we go into our teaching time, I can hit start, and this elapsed timer will begin, and then I can start going through my teaching notes. I can always go back and stop this or reset it at any time. The other place you can do this is via the cue palette. So let's say instead of doing it in a header, we could actually do it right on the teaching notes. So I'm going to go to View and down to Cue Palette, and you can see we have a timer option here. I can drop a timer on, and again we could select that same elapsed time, but we also have an option of an action here, whether or not we want to start, stop, reset, or reset and start. It's a good idea if you're starting this for the first time just to reset and start it. So I'll do reset and start and hit done. Now when I trigger this, it's going to start that timer for me. Now you might be wondering, where are these viewed at? Well, these can be viewed in two different places. The one main place that you'll see these is on your stage display. So if you have that function enabled, we can hover here and we'll see a stage display preview. I'll preview my stage display, and I have a custom layout that just has some really large clocks, but one of them is that elapsed time timer. So if I would click on this again, it's going to reset it and start it over. So you'll see that it reset it and it's starting over again. So that's one place that you can see your clocks and timers. The other place that you can see your clocks and timers is inside of messages. So I'm going to go over here to view our messages, and you'll see that we have this countdown selected. I'm going to edit this so you can see how we can use all of our different countdown clocks and timers. So you can see right now it's using this countdown, and we can set how long it is, but we also have that timer that I created earlier. So I could drop this in here, we could remove the original one, and we could say, okay, we're going to use this 10-second one, and then we're going to use this template. Let's strip out leading zeros, and we can now show this message on the screen. So when we show the message, it's going to say our session will begin in, and it will start counting down, and when it reaches the end, it will actually automatically remove itself. So 3, 2, 1, 0, and now the message will automatically be removed. So that's the other area that you can use your clocks and timers. And again, you can use any of the custom ones you created, so you can use custom ones in here, as well as if you configure your stage display, you'll see we have this extra timer in here that I can grab. I can move this out, resize it, and add it to my layout at any size that I want.